Hello and welcome or welcome back to House of Astralis. My name is Kayla, and today I will be your cosmic guide as we take a look at your month ahead. This is a timeless reading, so trust that whenever this message found you, it is the best time for you. Thank you, of course, in advance for all the love and interaction on this video. It really helps, so I can't express how grateful I am and appreciative I am of you. As this is a collective reading, please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I am popping in here before we get into the reading just briefly because I wanted to take a second and let you know what I've been quietly working on behind the scenes because it's finally here. Enrollment is finally open. Like I have mentioned previously, I'm expanding House of Astralis with a monthly membership community called the Astral Commons, and I want to be clear about what this actually is, because it's not a tarot course and it's not a spiritual content subscription. Each month we work with a tarot archetype as a lens for shadow work and real inner growth. And I know shadow work is a buzzword or maybe overused, but it's self-work. It's getting deep into ourselves and about why we are that we are and growing from it. So instead of just consuming content, you're actually using it as a tool to look at yourself, at the patterns, at the blocks, and the things you keep circling around. The archetype gives you something tangible to hold alongside the deeper work. There is no tarot experience needed. You just need a willingness to show up for yourself. But the cool thing is that if you are wanting to learn tarot, this embodiment practice and this way of getting deeper with the cards in a self-reflective lens will actually help you with certain meanings or just being able to have your own meaning for that card when it may come up for you. So you don't have to read from the textbook and have to see what the guidebook says and what the key words are because you'll have your own experience about this card. There are 3 tiers depending on how you like to work. If you are more of a solo, self-paced person, the entry tier gets you a monthly packet, reflection prompts, and access to the growing resource library. If you want community alongside the work, the middle tier adds a live monthly call and our Discord space. Here we can chat with each other back and forth about how the card is showing up for us that month and how we're experiencing that card because all of us have our own take on it and it shows up differently for all of us, and I think that's so cool. It's so important for us to realize, oh, this card came up for you that way and it came up for me this way, but they're both valid. Just like the tarot has so many different meanings. It's okay and it all matters, and it's just another thing to add to your bank of situations about how this card may come up. And if you want the full depth, 2 calls, bonus drops, in your own individual card pool in the monthly forecast video while the group is still small, that's the top tier. Prices right now are the lowest they may ever be because I will be raising them as the community grows. So if this is calling you, now is the perfect time. Again, enrollment opens on April 26th, so by the time you will see this, the link is in the description below. So I look forward to having you there. I look forward to meeting you and doing the inner work with you because I'm doing it alongside you. I'm doing this every month with myself, with you guys, and this is a great opportunity for me to see myself through the lens of the cards. And with that, that's my little spiel about what I've been working on, and I'm excited to be able to share this with you here and possibly see you in there. And with that being said, let's get back to your reading. Alrighty, to get us started with the reading, I first have the intuition card. Basically, I asked what you can do to work on your intuition this month, and we've got number 60. Consider the spiritual perspective. Look at a situation through the eyes of spirit. While there are many perspectives on every situation, the spiritual perspective reveals how you might heal or grow through a circumstance, or how you might use an experience to enlighten or help others. Create your own deeper meaning regarding a relationship, circumstance, or event. So this tells me that there may be some, I don't think conflict is the right word, but there might be something that happened and you are being invited and asked to take a step back, take a moment, pump the brakes, and really see this from a higher point of view, a higher perspective, and not take it so personal and not be so involved with it, which is obviously easier said than done, but definitely taking a step back, not giving it so much importance, and again, taking it personal can definitely help you to realize, okay, this isn't either that big of a deal or this is being blown out of proportion. So definitely take a moment there. And I do want to read the bottom of the deck for this card because I think this will come into play for either of these cards or for someone reading this. So the bottom of the deck is number 62. Factor in divine timing. Spirit may sometimes bring a person, opportunity, resource, or experience into your life before you feel ready, or something can take much longer to appear than you prefer. Intuit, where timing now is more than a frustrating delay or a complicating early arrival. Divine timing ultimately benefits you. So again, you are being invited to take it how it is. Take it how it is because ultimately it's in your favor. As humans, as people, we think we know everything and what's best for us at any given moment. But how many times has something not worked out in the way you wanted it to, the way you planned, and it was way better for you than you had realized? All right, so for the energy of this month ahead, we've got number 13, Treasure, and Queen of Wands, which is also number 13. Queen of Wands is the Witch of the Tarot. So if we think about it this way, she's manifesting her life for herself. And I think the Treasure card indicates that there's something hidden deep within, and you have to really wait. You have to be willing to go through the darkness and be willing to take a look at what's in there because it's going to be helpful for you. This is definitely that spiritual perspective. You know, being scared to go into the depths, but ultimately you are going to find something that is beneficial to you. In the Queen of Wands, she's confident and is able to make her life a reality. She does not care about what people have to say. She's going to make it happen. So the energy of this month is just that, having the confidence and belief within yourself and what you are capable of doing in order to find your treasure. There will be something that may not look golden on the outside, but it's treasure. It's filled with treasure. And definitely, again, referring back to this card, it can definitely be a situation, an event, circumstance that doesn't look to be all that convincing on the outside, but there's a nugget inside, whatever that looks like. Next up, we have got the King of Cups. So what I'm seeing here is someone who should be in the water and very fluent with the water around them is guarded, is very not in tune with the water, is putting walls up around that water, doesn't want to touch it. It's kind of like, oh, get away from me. I need my space here with this water and not interacting with it. So I think that needs to be released. There's something in the emotional sphere here that's inviting you to just touch it, just dip your toes in. It doesn't have to be full submersion, but definitely being able to have that heart to heart even, or just being able to get in contact with those emotions and figure out why things are making you feel a certain way. So this is that spiritual perspective right here. If there's a situation that's got you in a loop, it's being able to touch it a little bit, to, one, of course, separate some emotions so you can have that higher perspective, but also don't be afraid to dig deeper into why you're feeling that way. The King of Cups knows how to use his heart without being overwhelmed by it and emotions without drowning in them, but there is definitely a call for some balance here. So take this as it resonates with you. There's a couple possibilities here. It's like if you are too emotional, then you have to release that a little bit and allow for some separation, allow for something to hold you afloat and not drown in that emotion. And on the other hand, if you are too separated, you are being invited to dip your toes in a little bit. Obviously, as a collective reading, this is going to differ. There's probably about 2+ groups here. So you know what you are in this situation. You know if you're over emotional or under emotional. Next up, the Ace of Swords. Ooh, comes in as something that deserves your focus and prioritization. The focus here on the sword at hand, literally, it's almost commanding. It's like, look at me. I'm shiny. I have this crown. I'm a sword. Like, this is the clarity that you've been looking for. This is the focus you've been looking for. So definitely, if your focus has been around the communications and publishing, media even, something where you have to use your voice, where you're yielding your tools, this is definitely what you need to focus on. Having that heart-to-heart conversation, like I said earlier, being able to speak up for yourself, I just heard too, because of the crown here. The Queen of Wands, if that's the energy of the month, she's not going to bite her tongue unless it's necessary, but that's not going to stop her from speaking up for herself and being able to speak the magic into the world, because our words are powerful. And maybe that's the focus. It's like, watch what you say, watch your words, watch what you are speaking into existence. Even a new beginning as well. So if you've thought about doing something, initiating, then that deserves your focus. Stop putting it on hold. Next up, the Eight of Pentacles. So this is something you can definitely look forward to, and I think it's building up that skill. So just what I was saying, if you are starting something new, this is being able to put steps in place and the building blocks, the foundations, maybe even finally seeing some results or getting one step closer to what you have been working toward. Your skills and hard work is definitely paying off, and I think even if no one else recognizes it, the Queen of Wands, as the energy of this month, perhaps even you have to recognize that for yourself. The Queen of Wands here in the Eight of Pentacles is definitely seeing the results of her manifestations. The confidence in oneself to keep going at this over and over and over again, even if it seems like repetitive work that isn't ideal. So with all the greatness this month, being able to get your treasure and manifest things, have confidence to do so, focus on this new thing and getting a step closer to what you've been working on, while also being able to balance those emotions. There may also be some challenges here this month that you can navigate, and that shows up with the Two of Wands. I think the challenge here is travel just came to me, like waiting for something, but also not being present in the moment. The challenges can kind of look like not knowing where to go next, not knowing what the next steps are, but that's why it may be important to continue to work on what you are doing now and not get caught up in the future, because the what ifs, the doubt, so many things happen, but if you can't even stick with what's present, you may not be able to manifest and build up to what is coming. I just heard visit, so if you are visiting somewhere or someone is visiting you, I think that may be a potential challenge. And I find it interesting that the king and queen here are looking one direction and this person is looking the other. So even the Eight of Pentacles facing to the right, and with the challenge card looking to the left, it's definitely not seeing eye to eye to someone, maybe looking in the wrong direction, looking at things that aren't even for you right now. It's like you're building something here but wondering about a totally different topic. So I think this is just focus. Focus on something one at a time. Learn what your priority is and stick to it. Indecision as well. So yeah, I suppose that's the challenge in itself, is not knowing what to prioritize, where to start. But we can go back to what deserves your focus and prioritization. Whatever the Ace of Swords represents for you, that's it. You don't have to have decision paralysis because you are being directly invited here to focus on that. Oh, I also just heard thinking about the what ifs. What if I went this way instead of this way? I think we have to factor in that divine timing card and say that it's time to stop worrying about the past. Stop worrying about the what ifs, because that's gone now. There's nothing you can do about it. Just focus on the forward movement instead. What's a higher perspective, right? What's that spiritual perspective that you can look at and release the old narrative, whatever's tying you to the past? Because that will keep coming up again and again for you, and you may not be able to accept and appreciate what's going on here with the Eight of Pentacles and what you're building in the now because you're so focused on the past. I got drawn to look at the bottom of the Oracle deck, and I got intervention. So I think that's very interesting if we pair the intervention and the Two of Wands, because the Two of Wands is looking out to the water for something. And if 3 is the intervention, the visit that's coming towards you, there may be something kind of big that's challenging you this month, and you have to face it head on. You have to have that spiritual perspective to not victimize yourself. So I think that's part of that storyline here for at least one of you. But yeah, just trust that this is happening as a lesson that you can overcome and that you can smooth over. Again, don't get too lost in those emotions, but don't be cold-hearted as well. So with that, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I can't wait to read for you again next time. And I hope to see you in the Astral Commons, where we all do our inner work together. None of us are alone, and some of us just need a place to do the work. some of us aren't taught at the gate. So this is what I've built the community on, being able to help each other while also just being able to be there for ourselves. So with that, I'll either see you there in the Astral Commons or I'll see you in my next video.